This is Breaking News.
We interrupt programming for breaking news. Good afternoon. I'm Dick Brennan.
And I'm Christine Johnson. Edan Alexander, held hostage by Hamas in Gaza for 19 months, is finally back on American soil. Here are live pictures right now from Tenafly, New Jersey, where you can see crowds have gathered to welcome him home. We saw pictures of a police escort just moments ago and people cheering as that motorcade, so to speak, went through. And the crowds, as you can see here, holding Jewish flags, American flags, and expressing their support for Edan as he returns home to Tenafly, New Jersey.
Here's another camera angle we're looking at, which we believe to be the so-called motorcade carrying Edan through Tenafly. He may have gone through the main area. Let's see if Allie Bauman is, we can check in with her right now. Okay, Christine Sloan. Christine, what are you seeing right now?
We are hearing that Edan Alexander is just 2 minutes away from where we are standing right now. I'm just going to step out of the way so we can show you this crowd over here. Take a look behind me. There are hundreds of people just standing by here. They are holding Israeli flags, American flags. The one word I hear from folks out here that is this community is unbreakable. They are here to support Edan after a horrifying ordeal, being held captive in Gaza by the terror group Hamas. Many of the members out here of this community, they're not all Jewish. There's a Jewish community, there's an Israeli Jewish community, there's even a Persian Jewish community out here. And I've been talking to a lot of these folks. They're young people who tell me that every day their thoughts were on Edan Alexander. They were praying for him, hoping for his safe return. And of course, as you can see, they are standing out here for this 21-year-old to pay tribute to this hometown hero. But for many, this is not a joyous occasion. As much as they are celebrating his return, there are still 53 hostages in Gaza as we speak. So we are hoping that he arrives here. I mean, we hope that we can get a glimpse of him as he arrives on this street, because these folks have been waiting out here for hours just to see him, just to show him how much they support him. They've been there for the family, and it's just not the community, but there have been so many organizations here. Chabad, there's been the Jewish Federation. People here say they have been here for the Alexander family, to let them know that, you know, Edan is like their own child. It's like their own child was taken into captivity. And of course, Edan was held captive for nearly 600 days in Gaza, and his parents spoke to CBS News saying that, you know, when he was there, he was in underground tunnels. He saw no daylight. So these folks know all of that, and they are waiting here just to get a glimpse of him. We are live in Tenafly. Christine Sloan, CBS News, New York.
All right, Christine, thank you. Well, when you are able to see Edan, Christine, be prepared, because he has his window rolled down and he has a big smile on his face.
Smile. Yes.
And he obviously appreciates the supporters that have come out for him here on this Thursday afternoon in Tenafly. I mean, I'm so happy that we were able to catch a glimpse of him. Right. He looks so happy, Dick.
Yeah, and he had his hand out the window. You can imagine he has no idea that this kind of a throng of people would be coming out to support him. So you could only feel the emotion and the look on his face, the absolute look of joy on his face as he passed by everyone. He has to be saying, I cannot believe this. And when you look at these pictures, Daniel Herz is joining us again from the Jewish Federation of Northern New Jersey. What kind of reaction did you have to the smile on his face?
I'm overwhelmed with emotion, as I know we all are. This is an American. This is a Northern New Jerseyan. This is a joyous, joyous moment to see that smile on his face, coming to where he grew up, where he graduated high school. What a moment. And I know also with a heavy heart, knowing the remaining hostages need to come home, but we have to take this moment and see that joy, and to see the community together in the thousands again welcoming him. I mean, it's beyond anything I can describe, and I know we all feel it. We have to feel it.
You know, I was watching these pictures. Everyone has out their phone to record this moment. I'm sure they're all going to be showing their friends, posting it on social media. It's not every day that we're able to celebrate, is it? And when you have a day like this, you have to take a moment and just appreciate it for what it is.
Yes.
Even though we still have a lot ahead of us, we do have to take a moment to just be thankful and grateful. I saw some people actually shaking hands with each other. This is a moment for people to get face to face.
It's community.
Yeah.
It's community, and we don't see a lot of community. And I can tell you that we've been sitting here for about the last hour and watching the crowds grow, and the unbelievable overflow of crowds that turned out for the moment that he was there.
1 minute, Dick. I'm sorry, but I think his escort is now approaching where Christine Sloan is. Christine, let's go to you now live.
Okay.
A lot of excitement. We are seeing the motorcade go by right now. His window is down. I think he is saying hello to the crowd. Take a look over here. They are all lined up. Edan, there he is, right there. Oh, wow. What a moment. What a moment.
It's like he's high-fiving.
Wow, look at this. Look at the excitement of this crowd that's been standing out here for hours today just to get a glimpse of him. What a moment. He was smiling, a bright smile on his face, looking out the window. He had some glasses on, and, well, he is now leaving this location, and people were just ecstatic to see him drive by here. What a moment that he just rolled his window down so that people could see him, because this has been such a difficult time for him. What a horrifying ordeal he's been through, and he just drove by here, his window down, waved at the crowd, said hello, smiling the whole time. He had some glasses on, an entire motorcade. The police department brought him through here. So, I mean, it happened just suddenly, and folks out here just, you know, waiting out here for hours just for that 1 second, Christine and Dick.
Yeah, and he looked like he was slapping hands there, Christine, as he was going by, and it also looked like he was enjoying every second of the incredible turnout.
Absolutely, and Christine, as you well point out, so many people out there for hours.
I'm not hearing you guys if you were coming to me, but you can see that folks are just walking away. It is pouring out here, and they're just so happy that they were able to get a glimpse of Edan.
Christine, if you can hear me, I would love to get reaction from the people around you. Can you grab someone and just ask what it was like to see Edan in person?
I'm not sure she can hear us at the moment.
Oh, unfortunately, we can't. Christine cannot hear us. We do have Allie Bauman also in Tenafly this afternoon. And Allie, not sure exactly where you are at on this route, but did Edan already pass by, or are you still expecting to see him?
Yeah, we're a few blocks ahead of where Christine is. I think you were watching our shot as he was coming through. He turned the corner here. You know, his window down in the passenger seat, the shades on, waving to people as, you know, everyone was just kind of running with the car almost as his car was coming through, and waving and smiling. The rain literally coming like right as he was driving through. So now that it has passed through, it is over at where Christine is. You know, everyone's clearing out, going home. But we grabbed some kids and talked to them about how, you know, seeing him and how they're feeling after seeing him. And I think there's just a sigh of relief here in Tenafly, New Jersey right now, that he's finally back.
All in a split second, that joy was conveyed by that smile, by that look. And it appeared to me he may have been slapping people's hands. Did you get a look at it at all? Allie went just...
I didn't see the high fives. I'm not sure if there were high fives. I didn't quite see that, but it's definitely possible. You know, he had his arm out of the front seat here, and a big smile on his face, as you're saying. You know, I don't know if he was expecting to see this, as you've been mentioning. You know, it's not that his family is the one that organized this. It's really just the community here that wanted to give him this big homecoming.
Allie, I think you used an appropriate word, and one that I haven't thought of yet, and that is relief.
Yeah.
How it must feel today for these folks. Not only is it a celebration, but also a relief. Allie Bauman, thank you for your reporting. We do appreciate it. Let's bring in our guest here, Daniel Herz from the Jewish Federation of Northern New Jersey, and you got to see him once again there. And because you've been able to get to know the family, I'm just curious what your thoughts are when he does arrive in his home, and what you think life is going to be like there tonight for them.
I think you said something so important before we went to Tenafly, is to take these moments of joy. And what a moment of joy to see Don's face, to see, I agree, it looked like he was slapping hands with people, and that's who he is. He's part of the community. He's part of northern New Jersey and New Jersey and America. And to see him and to see the community there and the sigh of relief. And, you know, I suspect, just as a parent, as you might, you know, the relief to see Edan have that feeling from his parents has to feel so good, that he feels good having the community there, showing the love. He felt the love. You could see it. And I know his parents feel the love. And I know it's, you know, it's going to be challenging and there's going to be ups and downs, but that's what family does. And we're all one community. We're all here for each other. And boy, was that a great moment. God.
I know, we didn't quite know what to expect. We didn't know if they were going to keep the windows rolled up. We didn't know whether or not they were even going to, you know, slow down and acknowledge the crowd, but he did. And to see him embrace it.
The face, the smile.
Was really,
it's
really
unbelievable.
nice.
And people turning out in some pretty bad weather out there right now, even dangerous weather. And we're going to bring in Vanessa Murdoch to talk about these storms that have been blowing through. And those people in Tenafly, it appears that they were getting some rain too.
Yeah, that's all part of the severe thunderstorm. We can also hear right outside the CBS Broadcast Center right now. Few severe thunderstorm warnings in play right now between 4 and 4:30. We'll watch these storms expire, the warnings expire. But we'll go ahead first and foremost. We'll zoom in on the one that's rolling through the city, also through Tenafly right now. This one in particular has hail potentially of 1 inch, winds gusting to 60 miles per hour. And these are the parameters that make it worthy of the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, generally speaking, it's moving in the east-northeasterly direction at about 35 miles per hour. It has lost some intensity as it treks to the east, which is the expectation with many of these storms tonight. But we know that it's already been a volatile afternoon, and we expect it to be a volatile evening as well. Here's severe thunderstorm warning number 2. This one for 100 and Morris, Somerset. This one has slightly smaller hail, likely 3/4 of an inch, but those winds still expected to gust to 60 miles per hour as the storm treks to the east as well. So let's track them out for you. First and foremost, the cell impacting Tenafly. How about this? This cell almost split perfectly so that just some light rain fell over Tenafly. We see the strongest portions of the storm closer to the GWB and south through my hometown of Edgewater, Fort Lee. As we look at the path of this storm, 3:40, it is rolling over Yonkers, New Rochelle at 4:02. Stamford around 4:33, Glen Cove 4:37, all the way to Norwalk by 4:53. By then, the warning has expired, and again, the storm will likely continue to weaken as it does trek to the east. Now we've got this entire line running from Sparta all the way down south past Clinton, and it is also generally moving east at about 35 miles per hour. It will be in Rockaway at 3:40, Bridgewater 3:45, Montville 3:52, Troy Hills at 3:53. The biggest, most concerning threat with these storms at this hour is that potential for damaging wind gusts 60 miles per hour or more. So we will likely see some damage reports rolling into the First Alert Weather Center shortly now. Today, of course, was a First Alert weather day. It was the high heat and humidity that fueled these storms, and through the evening, we expect this continued threat of severe thunderstorms. So again, we'll be on the lookout for damaging wind, hail, downpours that could lead to some localized flooding, but these things are moving pretty swiftly. So less likely we'll be dealing with that. We also cannot rule out an isolated tornado. So very active right now, and that trend will likely persist until roughly the midnight hour, but the worst of it in the next 3 hours or so. Dick and Christine, back to you.
All right, Vanessa. And, you know, we just hope those people who turned out in Tenafly are making their way home safely as those storms blow through.
Absolutely. It's just ripe out there for severe weather. Yes. As soon as you walk outside, you can feel it. We'll continue to monitor these severe thunderstorm warnings here this afternoon. And as we say goodbye to you here on CBS 2 News New York, and also on CBS News New York streaming, here is another glimpse of Edan Alexander and the crowds that have now welcomed him home to Tenafly, New Jersey.
The truly joyous homecoming and the extraordinary turnout of a community.
We will have a full recap for you tonight on CBS News New York at 5 o'clock. I'm Christine Johnson.
I'm Dick Brennan. We return you now to regular programming.
This has been breaking news.